everyone, and welcome back to the Berserk manga reading. So excited to be back with a new episode where last time we got to chapters 5 and 6 of the manga, where we had that lovely last panel in an MC Escher type dreamscape like the background behind me, where Femto, aka Griffith, and the rest of the members of the God Hand stand before us, summoned via the Bailet, which had the Count's blood all over it. So that was the ending of the Guardians of Desire chapter 4. So we were now going to be getting into the Guardians of Desire chapters 6 and 7. No, chapters 7 and 8. Sorry, chapters 7 and 8. We're in this period where we're doing the Guardians of Desire like episode, I guess you would call it, and it's split up into those chapters, and I'm reading chapters 7 and 8, but it's the Guardians of Desire chapters 5 and 6. There's a lot of numbers. Anyway, it's all in the title. It all makes more sense in the title than me wording it. So we'll get started. But guys, do just want a quick word before we start that I really do appreciate those of you who tune in and watch these every week. I do want to start doing them a bit more regularly, but at the moment it really is just all the time that I have just to do one episode a week, along with everything else. But hopefully we'll see how we go. Like that might mean maybe dialing back on sound effects and atmospherics to slow down, to kind of like speed up the editing time, to focus more on the editing that I have to do of putting the manga panels on screen and like syncing everything up and all of that kind of stuff. So let me know how you feel, like vocalize your thoughts if you'd want episodes more frequently, with a little bit of like atmospheric sacrifices, because like I'm, just trying to still commit to doing like cool sound effects wherever they fit, but not like all over the place. The music will always stay with like music is very appropriate, but it's just sort of like that above and beyond type stuff to the extent of what I have time to actually do. But let me know how you feel, as you are the guys that are watching and reading along with me, I hope. But with that message, if sound effects do lessen or fluctuate, like just know that it's probably because it's a timing issue for me, and I want to have more episodes out, or make sure I actually get these episodes out to you. So with that in mind, we will now continue our story. We will continue with the Guardians of Desire chapter 5, where we have a bunch of concerned villagers looking up into the sky to see essentially a tornado forming in the sky, which is quite concerning. And here we go. So here's our page. Here's our double spread of the Guardians of Desire chapter 5. Wow. God Hand laying their judgment by staring down at Guts, pretty much completely out of it. Like that battle with the Count wrecked him. He's got a broken hand right now. He had to chop his head off by putting the sword in his mouth and running through him. And the Count's almost dying wish, begging that he doesn't want to die, and his blood opening up the Bailet, causing what we are about to see here. They're so goddamn intimidating, right? Two of them are plain creepy. One of them is a mixture of the creepy, terrifying, foreboding. Other one is terrifying and hot, and the other one, our boy Griffith, is just stone cold intimidating. That's the God Hand. Griffith! Oh man. Again, for context of my understanding of Guts and Griffith is I have watched the anime. The 97 anime, the 2011 films, that's it. So my understanding of Guts and Griffith and their relationship is the Band of the Hawk and his introduction into that, the Golden Age arc, obviously, essentially, and then the Eclipse stuff, and then that's it. So anything that happens after that, chronologically from the eclipse to now, this Black Swordsman arc, I don't know. Is this the first time Guts is seeing Griffith since that event? Don't tell me that. I don't. Obviously, this is a blind reading. I'm asking rhetorical questions where it's just like my thought process of like, has it been that long since they've seen each other? Or has he popped up here and there along the journey? I will have to find out as I continue to read. But look at that. Look at that Batman looking ass motherfucker. Hawkman, essentially. And then Griffith! While he smiles looking down at him. This is such an interesting dynamic that these characters have. From what I know about it, like, it's definitely one of the most unique relationships I've ever seen between characters. Griffith? Who's Griffith? Still, squirming around in your pitiful existence, I see. What did you say? Wait! Oh. You, who have been ordained by the law of causality, your desperate desire for life has cleaved open space and brought us here. Archangel Void! Please, grant me my wish. Take that man's life. Avenge me upon him. Please! We can't do that. Why? Your desire, which has cleaved open space, is nothing more than an over-attachment to life and a fear of death. It's not based on any personal hatred for that man. We have come hither to grant you your deepest desire, you who have been ordained by the law of causality. But that man, he's the one they call the Black Swordsman, the one who's destroyed so many apostles of the God Hand. You should consider him a hated enemy. Enemy? A few worthless servants killed is inconsequential to us. Black Swordsman, you say? His petty existence is beneath our notice. This whole appearance of this squad, right? Which is really interesting to me because you've got sort of Guts being marked with the brand, right? So he will forever be hunted by demons. But the God Hand, after the whole Eclipse event, were just like, we're out of here. We're off to do cool demon guy shit. We're going to go hang out in our exclusive club and laugh about our raw power, right? Essentially. And they get summoned here, not because they chose to, but because, like, the Balet, right? And this the desire of the Count pulls them here. You know, causality is a thing. And they're like, we cannot grant your wish, sir, because this doesn't make sense. If it was Griffith during the eclipse, however, maybe a little bit different. But the Count doesn't know this guy. He's just like, come on, guys, you can do it. But the fact that they all get summoned here at this point, staring down Guts, who has the brand, who's marked, who they've attempted to kill in the past before, to just stare at him and just go, his petty existence is beneath our notice. Right? That's fucked. And Guts reacts to that very emotionally. He gets up, grabs his sword with his broken hand, Puck looking shocked as Guts screams. Ugh! Literally screaming like, ah! Like, how is this man even standing at this point? Guts! Magnificent. He can stand up with all those injuries. Fascinating. Such impressive willpower and fighting spirit. Extreme hatred towards the God Hand propping him up, towards Femto in particular, who, after all, is responsible for marking him with the brand. And yet, how long will he last? My petty existence? Don't make me laugh. You're where you are now thanks to this petty existence. Thanks to me, who's fighting an army of the dead because of you. Thanks to me, who's writhing around in my own blood. You stand there putting on airs like you're some kind of godly being. Griffith! Yes, you're nothing but a squirming sacrificial offering. Huh. What happened between those two? And then it cuts all the way back to the... This is where the cut happens, and it does like the magical flashback, right? And then we do the Golden Age. Except we still have another chapter left of the Guardians of Desire, so I don't think we're doing that. Yes, instead, Guts charges. Oh no, he does not charge. I thought that was a charge pose with speed lines. Guts actually writhes in pain, as this is actually the brand just again gushing out blood. Guts! Fool. Don't you know that your brand responds to demon kind and causes you pain? For lesser demons, you might feel a little more than a needle prick, but the greater the demon, the greater the response, increasing your pain without end. And if that demon is too great, the pain might even kill you. And then his eyes rolling back into his head. That's as far as you go. He tried. He's like trying to confront Griffith. Griffith just with raw energy, just back, you pathetic creature. As he falls back onto the stairs. Oh shit, okay, hang on. Guts! He's finished. Or is he? He takes a stomp down on the step. Femto's eyes widen as Guts comes back around and goes, yeah! Swings the sword desperately, filled with rage. Oh? Swings it and is just completely pushed back through force, smashed into the wall. Oh, and then falls face first right onto the ground after impact. And Femto didn't even move a muscle. What tremendous fighting spirit! The fact that he could even swing his sword amidst all that pain. Guts! I'm sure he's barely even conscious. Incredible! And don't forget his body is covered in wounds after his fight with the Count. If that boy became one of ours, I'd love it. But he hasn't been ordained by the law of causality, so he can't be among us. Besides, he's finished. Guts! Guts! It seems I have unintentionally granted your wish, Count. Ha! I'm so grateful. Enough of the sideshow. It is time to perform the invocation of doom. Theresa just very much like, what the hell is going on right now? The invocation of doom. Count! A sacrifice! For that, you can use the Black Swordsman. Not good enough, Count. Oh my god. He's gonna have to sacrifice his own daughter. He's gonna have to sacrifice his own daughter. This is almost like some sort of law of equal exchange type shit. The law of alchemy requires equal exchange. And we're seeing that here with the sacrifice to have the Count's wish being granted. Not good enough, Count. But why? That man has already been marked for sacrifice. What's more, the boy is merely your enemy, as a sacrificial offering for the invocation of doom. Not just any lump of flesh and body will do. By marking such a sacrifice to demonkind, it must be someone important to you, part of your soul, someone so close to you that it's almost like giving up a part of you. You'll be able to sever any last remnants of your own humanity. It's Theresa. Here we go. A fissure in your heart will open up into which evil will surge. Giving up a part of yourself? I know. Then who? Femto finally moves, pointing but a finger of his skeletal armor right at Theresa. Cut your love asunder, Count. No! No! Wait, please! If it were anyone else, any other person but my daughter, Theresa! That's right. Any other person would be meaningless, Count. Don't be so upset. Just do what you did last time. Last time? Oh, what? My goodness, the little lady doesn't know what her father has done? Stop, please! Not to my daughter! Not that! Here's what happened. So what happened to Theresa's mother, was not what we've been told. Let's get that story. Wow, here we go. What's... Just open time and space for a little look-see. This was the Count 7 years ago. A bit more trim, I might add. And, behold, it's you and your mother. Mother. A noble man and his beautiful, virtuous wife. A family. The very picture of happiness. As it would seem. Stop! At the time, this land was overrun by pagans. In an attempt to destroy the heretics, the Count hunted them down throughout his domain. Hence, he was often away from the castle. But one day, exhausted from a long, harsh heretic hunting campaign, the Count rushed back to the arms of his beloved wife and daughter in order to soothe his soul. Stop! And that's when it happened. Stop! What? Oh no, wait a minute. What the... Got some goddamn orgy going down. Someone's fucking Satan. I'm pretty sure the one getting a bit too intimate with Satan right now is Theresa's mother, judging by the hair colour. Top 10 most unexpected panels to pop up. This is not what I expect. I was like, oh, it might be like, you know, like maybe there's like they're kidnapped by like soldiers or like a opposing force or the heretics or something like that. And I was like, I would tell you that orgy probably wouldn't even make my top 50 suggestions. What the fuck? It was an uncanny sight. In the midst of a strange stench and a wave of heat, a sea of flesh squirmed in a tangled mass. Towering above it all was the statue of a grotesque god with the head of a goat. Okay, so it's a statue. It's not actually a real demonic representation of Satan having sex. Or is it? I don't know. And entwined around that god, as if clinging to it, was the figure of a woman writhing in ecstasy, contorting her face in pleasure. It was the figure of the woman he loved above all else, yeah. The only one. They specifically have had every woman on the page not have darker hair, except for her, right at the focal point of this scene. What the... That's not true. It can't be true. Theresa! Theresa! Wow, look at his face. So hang on, what the hell's going on here? What? Okay, give me some answers, please. The Count... Whoa. The Count went into a blind rage when he came out of it. Not a single person was moving. Only heaps of flesh and blood lay scattered about. And the Count stands over his wife, who's looking on in fear. No. Stop! And with the Count, with tears in his eyes. Can't do it. He's still crying. He can't do it. That's right. You couldn't do it. You couldn't cut away half of yourself. And seeing the triumphant, knowing smile of your betrayer drove you to the depths of despair. You decided to end your own life to escape that despair. Oh, wow. However, your despair itself was part of the circle of causality, as the Baelet sits in a fucking egg cup on the table with brains and a hand and eyeballs. So Theresa's mother... So what I'm assuming, right, is obviously this orgy must be some sort of heretical associated event where everyone's like, hell yeah guys, let's all have an orgy in the castle where the Count is literally murdering heretics, right? Unless this is just an unrelated act that has disgusted the Count and he's like, I can't believe that my wife and a bunch of people are just getting sweaty in my castle. Dry humping a statue, right? This is just so mind-blowing to me. The wailing of your soul, which could never be eased by the gods of this world, opened up a portal to another dimension. To the God Hand. This is like real shit, this chapter, man. This is crazy. And you said, are you gods or messengers from hell? It makes no difference. Whatever you are, save me from my suffering. If you do, I'll give you anything. And we promised you that we would make you into a supernatural being who would never know sorrow or despair. For a single phrase, in exchange for just one phrase. As the brand summoned on fire. Dude. Ugh. Look at that fucking artwork, right? As Theresa's mother is branded on the chest and then ripped limb from limb and devoured. Yes, indeed. You said it. I offer this woman for sacrifice. The life you couldn't take by your own hand. The life of the person you loved the most and hated the most. You gave it to us, so that you could bury your fragile human heart. So that you could transcend your very humanity. Wow, and now here comes the brand to go on to Theresa. We shall grant you your burning desire. Ah! Ah! Theresa! Hey, Bug. All I need is my right arm. Make it so that I can use it. Hurry up! Do it now! The most perfect timing. And also the most perfect situation for us to have previously established the fact that Puck can heal guts, right? The Puck has healing abilities. So this is perfect timing for Puck to be here, being like, please, at least fix my hand. And I'm glad that we're at the end, because I have some, of this chapter, because I have some immediate thoughts that is, what the fuck is going on? But really, what I actually want to say about this is a character like the Count that gets introduced as the villain for this story, right? He's like, I'm the villain, I'm the bad guy, I do terrible things, right? Is what we get from the introduction. Like, he is the villain to serve the story for Guts, the protagonist. Or so you think, right? Because that is how it usually goes with your protagonist and your antagonist for the storyline that is being told. But the further we go along about this is, yes, the Count is a pretty fucked up individual, right? He's messed up. But the amount of character that this guy gets for this story, the amount of his backstory, his reason why he is the way that he is, events that have happened to him, his motivations, he is so well realized as a character that I just expected to be a villain for this chapter, for Guts to have some sort of tension, right? To kind of overcome a demon and battle the dude, okay? Which is similar to how the guy, that dude from the beginning, in the snake armor and stuff, he was very much like that character. Slimy villain, overconfident guy that Guts then just eviscerated. And he overcame that challenge. I was getting a bit of that in the beginning, but as it evolved and Theresa gets introduced, and you can see that he's trying to connect with his daughter, but it's not happening, and it's that's a huge pain point for him, and seeing him just as a decapitated demon head on the floor, desperately not wanting the truth of what he is ashamed of, the truth to come out for his daughter that he does well and truly love. That is definitely a thing. The love that he has for his daughter is so genuine. He has just kind of fucked everything up, though. Especially by... This is the thing. You make a deal with the devil. This is what happens. But I just wanted to think, to word my feelings on that, because if this is the kind of stuff that I can expect in this is the beginning, this is when this is when Mira was first writing and putting together the story, and it was the first arc of the Black Swordsman arc, and it's just kind of figuring out everything. All stories I think have a little bit of a rocky start sometimes with how they handle certain things. I'm not saying this has, it's just sort of a common thing, but it's just insane to be if this is kind of what happens, what to expect quality wise across the board going forward. I'm very excited, and it's I'm very invested already in multiple characters that I've been introduced to. Puck is such a good character to throw into this depressing nightmare, because it's sort of the character that we, the reader, are able to attach ourselves to a little bit more, and then view the story and the events through Puck. I've said this a couple of times before, but I feel like Puck is very much a stand-in for the audience and the readers, in these scenes when he's like, you're just like looking on in horror. You're like, what the fuck? And then our passion as the reader heals guts, like Puck heals guts to keep on going, right? But for me to be invested in these brand new characters and really appreciate their stories and how they actually feel like genuine fleshed out individuals, very, very good stuff. So we're now going to move on into the next chapter. The next chapter, which will be the Guardians of Desire, chapter 6. So next page, let's go. As we have sort of like the last page and this page both being Puck being surprised, Puck being worried and concerned, right? And we start with page 1. Hey, you alive? Yeah, more or less. Man, you sure have the luck of the devil. Here. They are doing a flashback. That's the cliffhanger is, Puck, heal my right hand, quick, Theresa's about to be sacrificed. And this is the time period that Miura's just like, hey, what if we did a flashback between Griffith and Guts right now? Dude, this is insane. Wow, this is Band of the Hawk era. This is Golden Age. Martyrdom for a merciless god. What a waste. On the battlefield, the life of a common soldier isn't even worth a single piece of silver. In today's world, most people's lives are subject to the whims of a handful of nobility and royalty. Of course, even a king himself can't live exactly as he pleases. We are all at the mercy of a great tide, fate, or whatever you wish to call it. And we all disappear in the end, our lives spent, never even knowing who we were. So poetic, Griffith. Such a fascinating character. Such a fascinating character. In life, unrelated to one's social standing or class as determined by man, there are some people who, by nature, are keys that set the world in motion. They are the true elite, as dictated by the golden rule of the universe. That's what I want to know. What is my place in the world? Who am I? What am I capable of? What am I destined for? It's funny. You're the first person I've ever spoken to like this. At that time, he shone before me as something beautiful, noble, and larger than life, as we have the silhouette of Femto behind him. That's absolutely beautiful. I think this must be, this second speech bubble of like beautiful, noble, and larger than life must be Guts talking about looking at Griffith right now. The Guardians of Desire. Chapter 6. The members of the God Hand stand around, surrounding Theresa. I love that whenever it shows the God Hand from behind, it's just funny because the way that our lovely lady is designed is she just got her cheeky little butt cheeks just poking out there. She must be cold, right? Must be letting in a bit of a draft. This sort of like interdimensional space tear that they've summoned them in, it looks very like a cold, empty space, right? I think she's probably got goosebumps. Somebody get her a jacket. Somebody get her some pants. She's cold. The brand of sacrifice floats towards Theresa, casting a bright light. You can see her shadow behind her. As the Count is being forced to speak the words, "Come now, speak it. Do you offer this girl as a sacrifice to demonkind or not?" Theresa! What are you waiting for? Get over here now! But... Or else your precious friend's gonna get branded with one of these things. If you don't want that to happen, hurry up and heal my arm. That's what you're good for, isn't it? Flap, flap, flap. Wow. And then this is Guts going internal thought process. I'm beneath your notice, huh? This petty existence is beneath your notice. Because they're all focused on this right now. What's wrong, Count? Why are you hesitating? Theresa, if you keep this up, before you know it, your life will snuff out. You already belong to us. Even after you die, don't think you'll be resting in peace in the afterworld. If the Count truly loved Theresa, though, he would do that. Don't you think? I think that would kind of be the true sort of confirmation. Because if he speaks the words and sacrifices and does whatever, and Theresa goes, and this ends up happening to Theresa, that's a ridiculously selfish act by the Count in the end, where it kind of, you know, pushes him further than he's ever gone before, which is saying a lot for him. Behold, Count. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, it's the brand. So just Theresa looks behind her, Guts jolts up, screaming, "Ah! Guts?" Puck then starts to feel this, because Puck absorbs and really holds on to negative energy when it surrounds him. What is it? It's enormous. An endless swirl of consciousness? Endless and evil. As if all the evil in the world were gathered here. Far out, like Tornado of Souls, man. Tornado of Souls by Megadeth plays in the background, okay? If copyright wasn't a thing, we would have Tornado of Souls right now playing. Oh yeah, we would. Because look at that. See, like I said, it's cold in here. It's windy. There's a lot of wind going on here. Make sure everyone is rugged up warm, because they're going to catch a cold. It's only a small portion, of course, but this is hell. Skipped over a couple of words where they were actually going, oh no, that's not, but it is, Count. Sorry. It's only a small portion, but this is hell. Count, the vibrations of your soul are moving you ever closer to demonkind. When your body of flesh expires, your spirit will be whisked away by a wave of demonkind, straight to hell. And you shall wander within that dark swirl of souls for all eternity. Before long, you won't even be able to preserve any final remnants of your individual self. Like a drop of water, you'll simply dissolve, becoming no more than another swell in an ocean of dark souls. Guys, they said the name. They said the name. Is there an ocean of dark souls in Dark Souls, I wonder? I hope so. Also, another thing that is a rhetorical question, don't answer that. Because I'm playing the Dark Souls games blind at the moment. That's the fate of those who get caught up with demonkind. Caught up with demonkind. Does that mean Guts? Yes, Puck. That is what seems to lie in Guts' future, if he ever finally succumbs to the to death, right? Count, only two paths remain open to you. Be reborn again, living among demons and continuing your existence among demonkind, or have that existence absorbed by demonkind, and revert to nothingness. They're saying demonkind so much. They're saying the word demonkind so much. Demons are not kind. Guys, come on. Have that existence absorbed by demonkind. So only two paths. Be reborn again, living among demons and continuing your existence, or have it be absorbed and revert to nothingness. And I assume the revert to nothingness is the one where Theresa doesn't get branded. So, come on, man. Make the right decision for your daughter in this moment. Just one single phrase. I offer you my daughter for sacrifice. That's all you have to say. And then your daughter will be branded. The child will then belong to demonkind. Speak it. One phrase. Just one single phrase. So cold. All my blood is flowing out of my body. Is this the end for me? Only to die as some carved-up monster, wretched and horrible? Only to be sucked into that vortex for all eternity? No. I don't want to die! Father. These close-up shots are incredible. Wow. Come on, buddy. Oh, hang on. Theresa screams. As there's a huge flashing light where the brand was. The thread of causality has been severed. Whoa, what the fuck? And out of the eye of the storm, out swirls a sea of dark souls, right? Wow, and they're look at this shit, and they're sucking and pulling the count in. All of his flesh to then be absorbed and to become a part of the stream. He didn't speak the words. He didn't speak them. The dead are dragging the count down to hell? Oh, dude. And one of those dark souls in question is Vargas. As we see his unmistakable silhouette in his face as he is one of the main ones reaching to pull him into the depths of hell. Vargas! Yeah, fuck. He starts to then be reformed into somewhat of a human here. As he becomes one with the stream of souls. Screaming, writhing in pain. Theresa! Father! It looks like they're desperately trying to reach out to each other. Theresa! And he is flushed down the soul's toilet, if you will. Down the drain of souls. Pulled away. Theresa! Oh fuck. Oh fuck. And now they're also trying to pull guts into. A sacrifice. A sacrifice. They're looking at that brand and they're thinking it's mighty tasty. Guts! Ah! That's right. Guts has the brand. Femto does not even turn his back. Oh, okay. This is what he does with his healed hand as it starts to twitch. Is he throws the gunpowder into the hand, fucking chucks the cannonball in, it looks like, clicks the wrist, gets it ready to go. Griffith! As he points it right at him. Fucking gigantic fucking explosion. Shoots that right at Femto. We'll try and refer to him as Femto when speaking about him, but obviously to Guts, it will always be Griffith. He shoots that right at Femto, coming at him basically at the speed of light, comes right up to him, not even moving, not even phased, and explodes right next to him, as if protected by some kind of force field. Guts then lands on the ground, skidding across. As Puck calls out, Guts! Guts in absolute shock, looking up above him at the members of the God Hand. All of them staring at him now. Femto giving him one sharp eye. The tornado that was above the castle, which we now know was the souls, the swirling dark souls, has now dissipated, leaving a exposed starry night sky with a crescent moon for the villagers to now ponder what the fuck just happened. Oh wow. The baylet falls onto the ground, topples onto the concrete. Guts lands on the ground. The sword crashes down as he's staring up into the sky. Are we back? Holy shit. And there's the Count's body. Theresa. Theresa got to live. The Count truly loved Theresa, right? Truly loved his daughter. I was really hoping, I didn't know how that was going to go. I was really hoping that he wouldn't utter those words, and there we go. He did give himself up. Theresa. No! Theresa? No. No, no, no! Get away from me! It's a lie. All of it. The whole place. It's a lie. Take me back to my room. I want to go back to my room. I don't want to be here. Get me out of here. If I have to stay here in this place, I'd rather be dead. And Guts approaches Theresa, weakly standing, leaning on his sword. Wow, Guts. Go ahead. Kill yourself. Puck, understandably angry, smacks him across the face. That's so heartless, Guts. Hurting Puck's hand in the process, slapping a face made out of steel. You must have some idea of what Theresa's just been through, right? Alright then. Why not? Just die. Just give up. If it's that bad. Come on. It's simple. All you have to do is slit your wrist with that thing. Then it'll all be over. The end of your worries. You'll probably end up going to heaven. Or would you prefer hell? At least that way you might get to see your father and mother. He's serious. That jerk means what he's saying. It's your life. Do what you want with it. Theresa? Jesus, she's actually going for it as well. Whoa! Hey, hey, hey! What do you think you're doing there, Theresa? Stop it! Snap out of this! This is crazy! The floor begins to give way. Crashes from underneath Theresa. Theresa! She falls. Guts' eyes widen. And he pulls out the sword. quickly for her to grab onto. He extends himself outward because he has a moment where he's like, oh fuck, I need to save this person. Unfortunately, this is a sword, Guts. You couldn't just grab with your hand because now you are cutting her fingers. Fuck. Theresa's struggling, blood streaming down the sword. Oh, there we go. Theresa! Guts swings the sword upwards to get her back onto the surface. Theresa, are you alright? My god, that's terrible. Seeing her hand with the sword cut across it, only for Guts to be looking at his hand, right? And clenching it with bandages. Exactly the same, right? Exactly the same. Hold on. Let me treat your wounds now. Theresa? It all started after you came here. It's all because of you. Because of you. Dude, the way that emotion is conveyed with Theresa's face, like when she's sad and angry and all of that stuff, it's just like, it's so well drawn. Look at these expressions. From those eyes, it looks like you don't plan to die anytime soon. That's fine by me. As Guts is standing on the crushed column of the old man that was wrecked last time. And Guts picks up the bayonet and takes his cloak back off of the corpse. I'll kill you. Devil! Someday, I swear, I'll kill you! How could... Theresa? How could you? Oh... Fine. I'm ready, whenever you are. Guts! Hey, wait up! Wow, dude. He's not... Yeah. Because I saw this, right? Because you see this, and it's subtle in his facial expressions, but especially where he saw Theresa's hand and he clenched his own, and he's like that little glimmer that you see of his humanity, right? Of his warmth. But then he does this thing where he walls himself up and he has like this hard, cold exterior when he's like, huh, fine, I'm ready whenever you are, you know? Like, kill me yourself. But when his back is turned and he's walking away from everyone, he's sad. Huh? He wipes away tears with the cloak. And that is the end of the Guardians of Desire, Chapter 6. Another ending panel with Puck. So, guys, that is the end of the Guardians of Desire. So we've finally reached the end of that storyline. That is now resolved. The Count has been sucked into an eternal spiral of Dark Souls. Guts has survived his encounter with the God Hand. Theresa survives with a burning passion for revenge against the man that she blames for all of this happening in the first place. And as the Guardians of Desire comes to a close, next episode we will be moving into our new arc. So the Black Swordsman arc has now resolved, with our last look of Guts being sad, right? Like this kind of like an emotional, vulnerable part of him. But now we move into the next arc, which is going to be the Golden Age. So obviously the Black Swordsman arc, outside of that beginning, which was relevant to the anime, all of that was new to me. Very exciting. Loved it. I'm not sure how much of the Golden Age in the manga compared to the anime is focused on, is cut out in the anime, is changed or whatever. So this is also going to be very exciting to get a manga representation of the Golden Age arc. So we're going back in time, baby. We're going back to before Femto, before the brand of sacrifice, where the Baelet was just a trinket around Griffith's neck. I'm very excited to get into the Golden Age arc next time, guys. So thank you so much for watching this episode. This was a really heavy couple of chapters to end out this arc. Absolutely insane. And I can't wait to see where we'll be going next. I'm so close to the end. I'm so close to the end of this. Hang on, let me. It's essentially, I have this much left of the book of Deluxe Edition Volume 1 to go. So we're almost at the end, because I believe this first chapter of the Golden Age is the last chapter of Volume 3 in the Deluxe Edition volume, and then we'll be moving on to our Deluxe Edition Volume 2. For the continuation of the story. So I'll be very excited to put through that. I've got Deluxe Edition Volume 3 and 5 on pre-order, because they're on back order at the moment with my bookstore. So I'm waiting for them to get delivered around sort of the middle, like early mid-July, and then Volume 4 is sort of mid to late July until that one's available. So that's kind of like how I'm waiting to get those books. So should at least have Volume 3 ready to go while we'll be reading Volume 2. So that shouldn't be a worry at all. But guys, thank you so much for this episode, for another read through with Berserk. I'm very grateful for those of you who are coming along the journey with me, because I'm so happy reading this and taking in this story for the first time. So I can't wait to see how it continues in the Golden Age. So guys, thank you so much, and I will see you then.